Hey everybody, Beyond TV here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and start a new series here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Tropico 4. If you're not familiar with the Tropico series, it's basically a city builder, political manager, business management strategy kind of game set in the Caribbean island kind of area. You kind of are taking over a town, or building a town, I should say, or a city on the Caribbean islands. So yeah, I've always kind of liked these games. I've played them for a long while. There are 5 released right now in this series. The 6th one is going to be released in January of 2019 is when it's supposed to release right now. I have the beta for that one, and I do plan on doing a playthrough of it. But I figured leading up to that, we could do a Sandbox playthrough, see how far we can get of Tropico 4, which is actually my favorite game in the series for it. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit the play button there. So we'll go ahead and, again, we're not going to do the campaign or anything like that. We'll just do the Sandbox mode and just get as far as we can until Tropico 6 gets ready to release there. So there are many different islands here. Different ones have different difficulties and such. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Island Nublar, isn't that like Jurassic Park reference? Or am I just like making that up? I might have made that up. But let's go ahead and do a moderate one. It's been a little while since I've played the Tropico games there. We're going to go to this one. They all relatively play the same way. They're not overly complicated, really, but they are very fun to play. So let's go ahead and look here. Political stability. Impacts rebel attacks, coups, uprising, protests, subversive elements, and foreign invasion. We have a stable political stability. That's fine. The world economy. This depends on how much foreign aid we're going to get. I'll leave that default. Tourism will leave default as well. Game length, sure. The 50s to the 80s. Sounds awesome. Population start with 60, and random events will be rare. Yeah, we'll just kind of leave this default for now. Let's go ahead and move on here. The prominent faction will be a... Is there a random? Can we just do random? Yeah, let's have it be random. Free elections. No! Elections are closely monitored by the international community. Fraud and the bypassing of elections are disabled. Sure. Immigrants out. The player receives no free immigrants. Good. A faraway place. The island is far away from the United States. No, we don't want anything like that. Rebel yell. Rebelling is a proud tradition of your people. They are quick to take arms and fight against your regime. No! I want them to love us. We're going to be a fantastic dictator. God mode, no, we're not going to do anything like that. So we have a difficulty rating of 104%. So nothing like overly difficult for this game, but that's okay. We're going to make a custom avatar. We could select some of the pre-made ones, but I think we should do a custom one. So it will be, yes, I am in fact a male. The costume will be, what? Ooh, what kind of costume should we be? Ooh, do some like Scarface looking thing there. James Bond. We could be a pirate. Some of these are funny. Be the king of dictators. Oh my gosh. Let's be a wrestler. Done deal. Complexion. We're going to be very light. Yep, hat, of course. We need to strike fear, but also gain respect when we are walking down the street. And I think, oh yeah, there, that, I mean, majesty, duh, hi. Hairstyle. Do we have, oh, ponytail, there we go, very good. Let's rotate him around and see that. Yeah! Accessories. Ooh, little pet. No, you know, he's got to have good health, so let's see here. Oh, there's not that many, actually. Yeah, we'll do some sunglasses. There you go. Some secret agent. Beard, yeah. There we go. Get the Lincoln look. Mustache, full on. Done deal. There we are. Do we get to name him? Yes. Okay, so yeah, we'll do Beyond Your TV. I mean, that's a pretty spitting image of what I look like normally. So background. Oh, we can do like different backgrounds. Oh, like as in background, like what their personality background is. Okay, hi. So let's see. We are going to be. Oh, there's so many choices. I don't think I've ever really done this before and looked through all these things. That's a lot to read, and that would probably take up the entire episode. So we're going to kind of do a skim, right? We'll pick out something that sounds nice here and pick it here. Man of the people. Oh, that's communist. I should have known that right when I picked it. Should we know? Should we just have like a super duper, like, he could just be a huge communist supporter or something like that? Let's see here. Minus 30 pollution, plus 10 building. Ooh, I don't know. We like that. Self-made man, silver spoon. Yes, we're gonna do. You're gonna have a silver spoon background, and then that's gonna have 25%. Oh, capitalist. No, wait. I didn't change my. Let's do man of the people. Plus 20 communist faction respect. Negative 5 religious faction respect. Sure, sounds fantastic. The rise to power. We bought the election? Capitalist rebellion, communist rebellion. Elected as capitalist. Elected as fascist. Elected as socialist. Elected for family values. Hotel corporate, installed by CIA, installed by KGB. Yes, we were installed by the KGB. We arrived in Tropico under the code name Comrade Sergey. You were trained in all kinds of oppressive practices, including torture, forceful persuasion, ideological warfare, and propaganda. You're perfectly suited to rule a free, quote-unquote, Tropico, and the USSR has nothing, I repeat, nothing to do with politics on the island. Okay, we got it. Low democratic expectations, plus 10 communist faction respect, plus 40 USSR relations, minus 30 liberty, and soldiers don't require a high school education. Fantastic. We have 3 traits to pick from here. Let's see, so we are, how about corrupted a little bit? Cool. So select that. I like the corrupt one. What does that one do? So plus 10. So this is a little bit of capitalist faction respect, and plus 10 building percent costs. So we're kind of evening it out a little bit so that the capitalists don't just come in and like backhand us. Entrepreneurial. What's that do? Plus 2 commodity prices. Financial genius. That's another one towards capitalists. We don't want to do that if we're going to try and be predominantly communist kind of thing. Hardworking. I like that one. Plus 2 overall production. And the last one, let's look on the next page. Jenga. Oh, Jingo. Different. Klepto, minus 10% factory worker production, plus $200 a year Swiss account from found items. We're stealing everything. Let's see here. Patriot. Pompous. Populist. Yeah, we'll do populist. That's more nationalist and communist respect. Perfect. And we are good to play. Perfect. There's a big goal of mine to have that not take forever. All right, so here we are in the building world, the building area. For those of you who have never played this before, this is what the game looks like. I'll try and explain everything as we go. I know I kind of rushed into this a little bit, but Tropico, it's... I use this explanation for a lot of games, but it's a game that's very easy to kind of pick up, and you can kind of play it at your own pace if you'd like to, especially in the sandbox mode. Well, kind of. But if you want to, you can make it pretty advanced and stuff. So, but yeah, we are wanting to improve our citizens' lives at least a little bit. These are shacks, basically homeless shacks. These are shanties. Shanties never charge rent. It's just basic houses for our citizens to get off of the street, off shacks. And then these are nicer houses. So I think the first thing we want to do is take a look at our economy and housing like we just did. Our economy is comprised of, oh, and I should mention, there is no WSAD to move. And so it's going to be a little bit jagged like that. I'm going to try my best to make it nice. And you can do edge scrolling as well, but it's a little bit, you know, like I said, this game's a little bit older. I don't know exactly when it came out. But it is just a little bit older. So we are doing some corn and corn. That is going to be basic feeding for our citizens. So let's go ahead and improve that. Get some jobs going. So let's look here. Food and resources. Farms. What can we do? So we obviously already have corn. What about some coffee? Because I want to sell something. Oh, perfect. We are in a great area for coffee. Fantastic. Let's do quite a few. Well, not quite a few. But let's do a few here. Let's do one there. And we'll do one more right next to it. I love the music in this game. It's just like, right now, like, for those of you who don't know, I live just outside of Chicago, Illinois. And it is very much so wintertime here. So listening to this music, it's just like my favorite thing. It just makes me feel like it's not so cold. So we'll put down a tenement. This is going to be basically a apartment block. So pretty good housing. But, you know, it's nothing over the top spectacular, but it will probably get a lot of people off the street, and that's kind of like what we want to do. So we're going to put down 2 of those bad boys right there. We're going to get infrastructure. We're going to build a road. Uh-oh. Oh, nope, that's a power plant. We're going to build a road. There we are, right down this middle way here. Bam. And we'll complete the road like that. Perfect. And it's kind of, oh, it already did it. I was going to explain. You can kind of see how the roads, oops, I keep putting my hand over WSID. How the roads kind of, this is dirt, and this one was looking like it was compared to, but was looking like dirt, but it upgraded itself to a paved. And it does that automatically, which is kind of neat. So you'll have like dirt roads out in the middle of nowhere. And then when it's in like quote unquote town, they build automatically like that. So basically right now, as you can see, the buildings are not building automatically, and why that is that we have to wait for our construction crews to go and do it. So we have a construction office here that is fully staffed with all of our workers. We also have a Teamsters office. So yeah, we have to have both of those to have things kind of work out there. You can, each building, kind of click on them, and as you can see, it's in sweatshop mode. Standard 14-hour workday, full of joy and merrymaking. But you can switch it to Easy Does It. Job quality is increased by 10, but the work time is 25% shorter, and workers contribute 25% less to constructions. So it's a very hands-on game as far as manipulating and controlling everything that goes on in your town, city, what have you. So yeah, it's really fun like that. It's very fun. If you've never played this game before, or have ever heard of this series before, I really highly recommend looking into it. Especially if those are the kind of games that you're really into, the city building, management. Don't let the political stuff like throw you off. I know, sometimes you hear the words capitalist and communist in a video game, like, oh god, either like, this is over my head, or I don't even want to, think about politics or anything when I'm not in the real world or what have you, but it's not like bashed over your head, and it's all satirical. Usually, like, this game is really satirical and funny with it all. You'll kind of see as there'll be little goals coming up every once in a while. You'll see them pop up, and you'll see some drawings of the characters in this game, and you can tell it's just kind of poking fun at some of the real life things that have gone on. So there you go. We are slowly but surely building our tenement here. We have 3 workers on it right now. While they're doing that, I'm going to show you something else that is the life force of our island here, because we are on an island, as you can see over here on the map, is our seaport or dock. So we're going to have ships come every so often. I think it's every like 3 to 5 months or something like that. You'll see a ship come out over this way from the water, obviously. Hello. Yeah, and basically we'll be able to export items if we have items to export. That's why I wanted to get coffee built. That's an export item. And yeah, we'll export, and they'll also import things to us as well. So they'll bring immigrants to the island. We have tenement up. We'll have to eventually, actually probably around nowish, start looking at building if I can find it, I'll be able to tell you all about it. I'm trying to find the medical office here. Nope, don't be there. Hello. We get to hire foreign people to come and work in your town when you don't. There it is, the clinic. Oh my gosh, I was like stumbling over my words trying to find the thing. There we go. So we'll put that there. But yeah, we'll have to hire a worker because we don't have anybody that is college educated yet. So we'll have to hire a foreign expert to come and work there. Those cost money. And eventually, we'll eventually be able to build a grade school, high school, college, all that kind of stuff. So that will to be a worry there. This game is also kind of weird where we will be able to go negative in our money and still be able to build some buildings for a little bit. But eventually you can go completely bankrupt. So, and you gotta say, for, obviously some of the trees look a little dated, and the background is obviously just a picture, but for a little bit older game there, it's a looker a little bit, right? A little bit. So, alright, we'll still wait for them we'll speed up time here. The thing I thought that would speed up time didn't speed it up. A freighter left with no exports on board. Buy ship. See, there goes a ship. Doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot. We also have these little garages everywhere. That is so that our citizens, that's where our citizens can pick up cars and drop them off and stuff like that. So now there's no one living at this shanty, which is fine with me. I'd much rather we could see people moving in. I'd much rather people move into the tenements and get off the street. Eventually, we're going to be able to, when we have power, we can start upgrading our buildings. So we can put climate control or air conditioning, but we're not hooked up to an electrical grid. Not all buildings require an electrical grid to upgrade. I'm trying to see if there's one right now. I don't think so. But yeah, not all of them require electricity to upgrade there. All right, so we have our clinic coming. We will actually hire this person right away. I think I forgot to. Here we go. Here's, I think, one of the first pictures we've seen. This is Antonio Lopez. We need college-educated workers to operate this facility. We can hire a foreign graduate for $2,700, but the price per graduate will increase as we hire more people. The worker will arrive on the next freighter. Should we hire a foreigner? Yes, we need a college graduate, or else we won't be able to assist our people. We're also going to need some recreation in the form of a trip and tour trip. It's entertainment. I knew it was one of those. So let's go ahead and put down a pub, which is the cheapest way to provide some entertainment and booze. Visitors are going to be Tropicans and spring break tourists. And we're going to get into tourism later. So we don't have to worry about that right now, but we will eventually have tourists on the island. So let's go ahead and put that down right there. Perfect. We can also have different variants of buildings as well, or certain buildings, like the tenements here. I'll show you, for example, when you put it down. See how this is different? If you push the bracket, it kind of does different designs of buildings for some of them. So you're not just left with, you know, the same old everywhere. So there we go. We got some financial aid too from the U.S. and the USSR, just about 5,000 apiece, about 5,500 from the USSR, and that's where it was going to be kind of hard to explain in the character development screen, but that's where the relations come in. As far as I can remember and tell, I'm sure I'm going to get this wrong. It doesn't matter which one you really support, but if you make the other one mad, they can potentially come and try and invade you and all that fun stuff. Yay, Cold War! Yay! Yay, Cold War stuff. That's like when this is set in, if you haven't gotten that. Okay, so we have our coffee plantation set up there, or coffee farm, I guess. I don't know. So we have our industry right here, and we can go ahead and buy blueprints. And we're going to buy one for, I think it's there you are, cannery. Produces overpriced canned food from fish, coffee, and pineapple. We have one of those. Here is I always mess up this, Penultimo. If we have any Hispanic speaking friends out there, I apologize, and if you want to tell me how to pronounce these better, you can. Thank you. You need blueprints to construct this building. Purchasing blueprints will enable construction until the end of the mission. Blueprint costs can be reduced by the Academy of Science. We'll get to that later. Blueprint for canneries will cost you $4,000. You want to purchase them? I would love to. So now we can go ahead and build the cannery for $14,000, which you're gonna also kind of comes into play from earlier. You're gonna note I don't have that much, but again, it's okay. We are okay, even though we're down like that. It just can't go like super duper duper low, and we have to be able to like be kind of paying it off as we're going. So, but this is gonna be worth it because again, we're gonna make the coffee into a canned coffee, and at the same time, we can also sell our coffee just by itself, kind of thing. So, foreign relations have deteriorated because of our national debt. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's go take a look at this here. Oops, no, there we go. So here's our overview panel, tab, if you will. It's going to give us everything that we need to know. We're going to go ahead and go over to our, I think it's foreign. And you can see our relations here. So US, we're neutral with. USSR, excellent. EU, warm. China, Middle East, excellent and warm. So as long as this doesn't get down really, really low, we should be okay there. Factions, this is going to come into play around election time, and how we just need to keep certain factions. So like religious hates us right now because we don't have any churches or anything right now. So we got to keep an eye on this because they can launch, I think they can launch attacks, like guerrilla warfare attacks if you're not like appeasing them, and they can make it so it's harder for you to win elections. Trade, we'll get to that, economy and all this fun stuff. Yeah, that all comes more prevalent in use later on there. So let's go ahead and speed up time, have our workers build up our cannery. Oh, we have Rebecca Mendes has become a rebel. With a... Oh, we have a lot of stuff going on. Slow it down here. Tropico welcomes 1 new foreign expert, a freighter left with no exports, and a ship has docked bringing 3 new immigrants to Tropico. There's our new doctor. Hello. See. 23-year-old doctor going to get a drink. Had a tough day at work. But yeah, we're gonna start people coming here and getting treated. That will be good. But I was saying with the rebels, we have to have an army, and our starting army here is here at the palace. And actually, you know, our person, our guy, our avatar should be around here somewhere. There might be somewhere else. But anyways, yeah, we have some army people here who will defend us. But later on, we'll need to build an armory and stuff like that. So let's go see our guy real quick here. Because there he is. There we are. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, I forgot we can control them. And I think if they go to like a construction site... Yeah, so you go into construction site, they actually speed up the construction speed and everything like that. So let's get our Randy Savage lookalike over here. Perfect. I love that you can get down really close. I mean, like we're even like kind of clipping through the roadway right now. We're so close into it. So yeah, so now it should have inspired working or something like that. Increases construction speed. Yes, exactly. So. Yeah, but it's so cute. You get a little, nice little view down here of all the people. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, perfect. Let's go and speed up time a little bit more. Awesome. And then workers will start to fill this out naturally. It looks like we can probably start to get rid of a lot of these because everyone's starting to move into the tenements. Eventually, we're going to need to get some better houses and stuff like that to appease people who make more money.
We should take adequate precautions.
See, General Rodriguez. If your people were happier, they would be less inclined to rebel. Of course, we could always recruit more soldiers and generals and simply crush any resistance with our numbers, sir. Yes, we're going to probably have to do that at the start there.
Good news, sir. The rebels are afraid of our military's might.
Yes! We have the upper hand, but we should never underestimate the enemy. Take care to always keep our soldiers and generals more numerous than the rebels. So definitely that we need to keep an eye on there. And look, our cannery is ready and there are people working there. In comparison, this is a higher paying job than most that we have right now. The farm is going to be 5, that's 10. And the construction office and Teamsters office are both 5 as well. So this is the best paying, except for the best paying jobs are the palace and our cannery there. So slowly but surely, as the coffee is grown, we'll start to make some money there. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the first episode there. I hope you all enjoyed this look at Tropico. We're going to be, again, doing a Sandbox playthrough of this. So, yeah, again, I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, be sure to leave a like down there. It does help out the video and channel as a whole very, very much. If this is your first time swinging by the channel, first time you've hung out, appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe. We do a lot of videos like this with simulation strategy, building, all that fun kind of stuff. And yeah, until the next episode there, my friends, of Tropico 4 Sandbox, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you then. Thanks, everybody.